Welcome to the Doggie Dojo. My name is Trevor Smith, and today we are on week 2 Foundation Skills, the all-star class that we started previously with my puppy Mochi, along with our co-host, my daughter. My 2.5-year-old wonderful daughter is going to be joining us this whole journey because I want to show you how to start managing your dog's training around also all the other things that's going on in life. He's waving to the camera. She's so cute. All right, so what you're gonna need for this very first series of games is a bowl. You don't have to use this big old rubber bowl. You can use any dog bowl. So this is great mealtime exercise. So we're gonna do 2 games here. One is a basic, it's your choice using your dog's food bowl, basically a leave it skill. Now, I'll also be releasing a series coming out soon with another dog named Ozzy, who's a dog I'm training. He's a bit older than Mochi, and I'm just basically going through all the obedience skills. So you'll see some similar skills in both series of videos because that is how it's gonna go. You know, some of the obedience skills that you teach your dog, you may be not even thinking about dog agility. A lot of the skills that we're learning in this series and any other series I do on Doggie Dojo are gonna look very similar at times because all of them are great for all dogs, not just dog agility dogs, not just dog obedience or home dogs. It's great for all dogs. So get some food, put it into a bowl. And what you're gonna do is kind of, it's your choice game. And you're gonna start to do, sometimes I like to call it, it's an elevator game. And you're gonna bring the food down towards the ground. And if they go for it, you're gonna bring the food up towards the sky. You bring it down to the ground, up towards the sky. He's like, I want that food. Please, what do I need to do for the food? And he doesn't know. So I'm not saying bad or nope or anything like that. No reward markers, just the fact that he goes for it, it goes up. So he's trying things. He's being a good boy. He's trying things, and I'm gonna pick it up again. Oh my goodness, it's so hard, he says, it's so hard. All right, we're gonna put it back down again. Oh, goes back up. And they can take some time. Sometimes this training stuff does take a little time. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. Just because it's food in a bowl doesn't mean it's his. Oh, and it's going back up. So what I'm gonna do to make this simpler for him is I'm actually just gonna hold it here, about halfway. I'm gonna start to give it to him, reinforcing here, because obviously we saw some frustration, and what you can start to lead to is what can happen sometimes with this is then the dogs will just give up on the training. We don't want that. We want them to kind of get, want to be a part of it, want to give on the training. But in his mind, food and bowl means it goes to the hound, right? Especially if it's on the ground. Food on the ground goes to the hound. So he's staying back, so I'm just gonna reach in there and give it to him. Good boy. And he's trying new tricks. It's not like he's trying to be a disobedient dog. He's just thinking, maybe my dad wants me to paw the bowl to get the food out. That's what maybe my dad wants. I think that's a pretty good solution in his head. He's a very, very active, very, very smart dog. He likes to solve problems. There we go. Good boy. But this is a very, very important game. His impulse is to tell him to go get the food out of the bowl. And right now I'm telling him, hold, and I'll bring the food to you. Good boy. And as you guys can see, going from top to bottom, like all the way up to the sky, all the way to the ground, and having him leave it alone, too much for him. With puppies, you have to break these skills down. So even with adult dogs, you're gonna have to sometimes break these skills down. So I just kind of took a halfway point. And it was still in control of my hand, so you couldn't really get to it. So then I started to play the game like that. And that's kind of like a basic it's your choice game. You know, you put the food in your hand instead of in a bowl. And that's how it goes. So we're gonna go to part 2 of this game, and that is a go-to bowl game. First off, empty bowl on the ground. I'm gonna go ahead and work on our collar grab game. Hold his collar, put the food in the bowl. Oh yeah. I'm gonna wait for like a little bit of pause. I want him to look at that bowl. When he said, looks at it and say, get it. Or you can say bowl, that means to go get the food out of the bowl. When we're doing dog agility, we're sending our dogs. It's big and stuck, yeah. When we're doing dog agility, we want them to go send to an obstacle. Ready? Get it. And you want me to help you? Okay. Good job for asking. You're welcome. She's so cool. All right, once again, we have our food in the bowl. And we're gonna throw a cookie in there. We're gonna wait for him to look at it, mark behavior, and then say, get it, good boy. And I can also combine it, Mochi, with the collar grab game from last time. Good job, ready? Throw the food in the bowl. Get it, Mochi. Yeah, good boy. Ready? Get it, Mochi. Yeah, and this game is gonna develop over time to some major other types of trainings. Eventually I can do a little impulse control game with this where I don't hold the collar and I wait for him to wait and sit still next to my side and wait for my release of get it before he lets go and goes and gets it. So that's how that game kind of comes together. But right now, as you can see, like he needs a little bit more of the first game with the elevator / it's your choice with the bowl, and a little bit more of the other game where it says go to bowl. Make those games really strong, not one weaker than the other. And then when you bring them together, you make this really awesome behavior. All right, let's dive into a trick that's also going to help your dog learn how to do front crosses, rear crosses, left turns and right turns. And that is the spin left and spin right. Here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to, which is better. Oh, you brought me a lime? Give me that lime. It's a little kid toy. Yeah, good boy. A little aside here. That is one of the things I've done with Mochi as a puppy is anything he brings to me. Like as a puppy, he doesn't know that this stuff that he's bringing to me is a kid's toy. It's a plastic ball, in his opinion. You know, so why can't he go and engage and play with this? So every time he's brought me something, as long as it's something that's not going to harm him, I've just encouraged him and told him he's such the most fantastic dog in the world because I want a good retrieve with my dog. So that's just a little note you might see throughout the series. He might bring me random things. That's why. He likes to bring. Earlier, he brought me off camera before I started recording again. He brought me this little plastic spoon. Who knows what dog trick I'm going to be using with a plastic spoon, or a plastic lime. So what we're going to do is we're going to do spin left, spin right. We're going to take our treat and we're going to go, let me get right here. Take our treat and we're going to take it and we're going to draw a line to the nose to the rear end. Yes, and reward. And this, of course, is spinning to the left. And then this is spinning to the right. And you can name it left and you can name it right. You can name it spin. You can name it twist. You can name it turn. You can name it round. You know, whatever word you want to use. But some people will use the word left to mean to go left. Oh. And what I will make sure to do with my dog, because I want to make sure they actually know the behavior before we start saying the word. So if you get a dog that's not as like quick to learn this, and some dogs aren't, they just want to back up as you go towards this way, you'll see that behavior. What you're going to do, two things. One, to help you out, line them up sideways to your body like this. Not like this way where it's head and tail, but head and tail. And what's going to happen is your dog's going to actually be able to have a lot more room to move that head around in a big old circle. And it's going to make it easier for you than trying to constantly chase them down towards their body and around. So that's just one little tip. But also, don't say the word. Because if you say the word too much and the dog doesn't know the behavior, then the dog's going to learn to ignore that word. So make sure you got it good. And start to, when you introduce the word, say the word and then use your hand motion. He's done it again. He's brought me an elephant. Oh my goodness, it's my daughter's elephant. So that's one of the cool things too about if puppies bring you random things. If it's something you don't want them to have and you constantly yell at them for grabbing random stuff, then what's going to happen is they're going to run away from you and they're never going to bring the stuff to you. As long as it's particularly not harming them and not necessarily harming the toy itself. I don't necessarily care about, I can replace a toy, it's fine. But as long as it's not harming them, be excited when they bring you stuff because that's just what they want to do. They want to play and they want to engage. By yelling at them, they're just going to run away. It's going to make it much harder for you to get whatever they're trying to get you. And particularly if it's like a glass ornament, you don't want them running around with that. So make sure they are comfortably giving you things whenever they grab it. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So you're going to say the word left, spin to the left, and then right, spin to the right. Before we get to the next game, I want to make sure that you guys don't miss a single video in this series or any other videos here on the Doggie Dojo. If you like what you're watching and you want more dog training games in your life to get you ready for dock diving, dog agility, and just regular life with your dog, this is the right place for you. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, make sure that's turned on. And if you have any questions or comments, put them down in the comment section down below. Now let's get back to the next game. All right, so we're going to jump ahead of curriculum here. I was going to do this towards the end, but Zoe's doing a good job at starting to bring this stuff out. 2, right. 3, good job. We're going to make a little Doggie Ninja Warrior course here. So one of the aspects that puppies need to understand is how to walk across different types of surfaces. Now these are a little close together. I'm going to spread them out. That's what I have the wide angle camera so you can see the whole spread. But what we're going to do is a little front paw targeting at our side for loose leash walking behavior. but also some little canine fitness and some socialization and surface training. So Zoe's already tackling the course. Mochi, ready? Come here. Very good boy. So you want your dog to walk nicely on your left-hand side, and you want them to be able to do it on multiple types of surfaces. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some random things out. You don't have to use these nice canine fitness bones called the propels on here. Oh, I actually got a 4-paw scenario here. That's great. But you can actually just teach your dog to knock nicely on the end here. Now I can just turn around and go back the other way, but that's not nearly as entertaining as, thank you, buddy. As me, you don't want to see my body, you want to see what he's doing. Good boy, yes, good job. Yes, good boy. Yes, good boy. Oh, good job. Yes, good boy. Very nice, good. Very, very good. Something important to do, but also will encourage off-leash heeling, off-leash walking behavior. It will encourage your dog to put their paws up on different types of surfaces for canine fitness, dog agility training, all that stuff. It's just really, really good to do. You don't have to go out and buy a bunch of canine fitness equipment. You can use pillows, you can use blankets, you can use just wooden blocks, whatever. Just make sure it's stable and okay for your dog to step on and won't break underneath them or hurt their paws or anything like that. But that is the other game we play. So, woohoo, nice job. I think I talked about this last time. You know, having Zoe around builds an added level of distraction work with him, and I love it. You have to embrace distractions. Some of the things we do in our training is in our house or living room, wherever we're at, we are constantly making it a clean training environment, meaning that it is no distractions, nothing to give the dog any pause for thought. And I love to have distractions in my training and to incorporate those distractions into my training. In fact, a lot of times I'll take my dogs to parks when they are fully vaccinated and ready to go. I'll start taking them places and getting them to do all the behaviors in multiple contextual areas or multiple areas of understanding. All right, next game we're going to play is we're going to play a search game between our legs. So we did the search and focus game. Mochi, he's going to love this. Oh, what you got there? Oh, do we got a bucket? We got ourselves a bucket. Watch out. Wow, good boy. I actually started doing this with him recently where he gets a bowl. This is a bucket this time, a kid's toy bucket. My first dog ever I had was a Whippet. And one of the things I thought was adorable, he'd always bring me his food bowl and I'd put food in it. And I thought that was cute and adorable. He'd actually, when I go on trips and I was bringing him with me or not bringing him with me, he'd actually pack his food bowl into a suitcase. So it's just like when he did the other day when I was feeding dogs and getting food together, he brought me his dog food bowl. I just had like a little bit like, my first dog, like a little kind of memory of my first dog bringing me his food bowl and packing his food bowl in a suitcase, you know, because he wanted to go on trips with me. So that was really cool. All right, so let's go back to the game here. Ready? We're going to say the word search. I'm searching your leg and then take a couple steps, turn around, say search. Mochi. Search. Mochi. Search. It'll make sense here in a second. By putting it between your legs, Mochi, it helps them drive towards the center of your body and not want to stop. A lot of times when we go to give our dogs treats or do the collar grab game like we talked about last week, we bend down, reach way far away from us. And we have the dog 2 or 3 feet away from our body or giving the treat here, or the dog will take the treat here and you can't reach the collar and collect them. Remember we talked about how that's important. So doing the search between your legs helps them drive between your legs. Search. A little beginner weave pull, a little beginner tunnel, a little beginner going underneath thing training, search, and then we have them come to us and it helps them drive straight into our body, which we love seeing that. That's a really good little game that you guys can play with your dogs. On the canine fitness note, it's a great way to wear them out. So if you have a bigger space you're doing this too, you can, like if you go in your backyard and you have some high visible treats, you can actually do this back and forth in the yard. And actually them taking the time to sniff and search for the cookie, it's great mental exercise for them. And then if they find the treat and they come to you anyway after you said their name, what a great distraction recall work as well. Whew, that was a lot of games we played with our puppies today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hope you enjoyed Mochi joining us and my wonderful daughter as well. If you have any questions or comments, please pop them down below. I love training dogs. I love seeing people thrive with their dogs, and I want to see you thrive back at home. So if you don't want to miss any of this action, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and let me know what you want to see in the next video. Thanks for watching here on the Doggie Dojo. As always, have some fun with your dogs, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye.